Hi class, today I'm here to talk to you about something that I hope will make writing your research paper easier for you. A lot of times I know students get nervous about writing 6 pages and wonder what they're going to do to fill those 6 pages. So something I like to tell students is to not think of it as a 6-page paper. Think about it as a series of maybe 1-page papers. Think about each body paragraph as being almost a paper on its own. In that way, you're probably going to end up with better body paragraphs, and in that way it makes a 6-page paper seem a lot less painful. You can sit down and write 1 paragraph at a time and get through this paper. So let's talk about how to write good, rich, long body paragraphs. For a research essay like this, I think that in a lot of cases your body paragraph should be about 3/4 of a page long. So how do you do that? How do you get papers that long? So as you see on the screen here, the framework for body paragraphs. All right, start with the topic sentence. Think of that topic sentence like the thesis statement for your paragraph. And of course, that topic sentence that should be related to proving your thesis statement. Then you want to use a number of quotes from your sources. Try to, in each body paragraph, use at least 2 quotes from sources. And even better, and something you really need to start striving for, is to use quotes from multiple sources in one body paragraph. If you don't use sources from multiple sources in one body paragraph, you might fall into the common trap of just, say, writing a body paragraph for each of your sources. Okay, that is not going to get you a good grade on this paper, and that doesn't show you really showing the sources in conversation together, which is something that you want to be doing for this research paper. So we have our topic sentence, then maybe you're going to give your first quote, introduce it, say what it says, make sure that you're using proper MLA citation to put it in. Then you're going to have an explanation of the quote. Maybe you've seen this before called a quote sandwich, where the top bun is your introductory phrase to your quote, the meat of the sandwich is your quote itself, and then the bottom is the explanation of the quote. All right, after that, you're going to have some kind of connection comparison, some kind of transition from one quote then to a next quote. All right, and then again, you're going to have another one of those quote sandwiches. The introduction to the quote itself, and an explanation. Then you're going to want to maybe remind readers about how it connects again to the first quote. Maybe you're going to want to talk about how it connects to the whole idea of your paper, and then you're ready for a transition to a body paragraph. So let's see how this works. All right, I went and researched the topic. I was looking at different students and what makes them successful or not successful. And one group that I found that struggles sometimes at college is Muslim students. And so you'll see I found a couple articles. Here's this one. And then the second one by Wexler. So there's 2 different quotes here about Muslim students who must pray several times a day and not having great places to go for that often on campuses. All right, so there's my 2 quotes that I found. Again, different sources. I think about how they tie together. All right, so making connections to the source. My connection, Muslim students need to have a place to pray 5 times a day at college and feel safe and supported. But colleges, especially public ones, are concerned about offering those spaces, right? Because if they offer space to Muslims, then they need to offer space for Jewish students, for Catholic students, for many other kinds of students. Claim is that Muslim students feel they don't feel connected on campus because their college does not understand their need to pray for 5 times a day and offer quiet places. Another claim is that colleges can support different religions by offering a prayer space on campus that is non-denominational. So these are ideas that I want to connect in this paragraph. All right, and here is the big paragraph that I ended up writing. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but let me point out. All right, well, maybe I will end up reading it all in the end. So here is my topic sentence for this paragraph, what it's going to be about. One reason that Muslim students may not feel connected on campus is because they may feel that college does not understand their need to pray, as many colleges do not offer safe, quiet places for prayer to happen. All right, then here's this quote. You see I introduce it according to Ali Sabah Rashid and Elham Bagari. All right, then there's the quote here. and then some explanation. Due to not having a safe, peaceful place to pray, Muslim students could feel dissatisfied with their college experience. It seems like it would be easy for college to provide such a space. However, particularly public colleges worry about keeping a separation between church and state. All right, so I had a little bit of explanation, analysis of this quote, and now there's a transition to talk about why colleges aren't offering these kind of spaces. And now, again, introducing the new quote. At her article, At Public Universities, Muslim Students Search for a Place to Pray, Ellen Wexler explains, all right, so that's all introducing my quote. Here I have the quote. Then even I paraphrased a little. She goes on to say, however, that for Muslim students, it is imperative that a solution be found, and that solution is most often an interfaith room on campus that can accommodate the needs of religious students. All right, so having such a center would eliminate the feelings of discomfort and anxiety. All right, again, a small quote from the same person, and could decrease feelings of Islamophobia that are known to be found on college campuses. So I have the quote. Through paraphrasing and through my own analysis, then I'm able to wrap up this paragraph. So that's an example of the kind of paragraphs that I'm hoping you'll produce with your essay. Again, the trap I really don't want you to fall into is doing one paragraph per source. What we're looking at in this essay is the synthesis of sources, thinking about how they speak to each other, how one source is building off of another source, or they're agreeing with each other or disagreeing. That's something that I look for when I read your essays. That's also something it will help you during your research process is if you begin to think and see those connections between the sources. Hopefully your annotated bibliography helped you do that. And I think that's it for me. That's how you create a rich paragraph in your research essay. Good luck writing, and I hope you found this helpful.